Hey everybody, and welcome back to a new video. So today guys, I'm going to show you how to take these basic Furibee VR-01 goggles and turn them into a full FPV setup with a DVR included, so that way you can actually record your video. If you guys remember, probably about a couple months back, I did a review on the Furibee VR-01 goggles, these ones right here. You can get these online at GearBest. They're about $40, $45, $50, just depends on when you get them. The prices fluctuate, but they're a good basic set of FPV goggles. The only downside that I didn't like about them, or the only downside that I saw about them, was that it didn't come with a DVR system. So I've got a modification to be able to fix that. So I went ahead and I ordered a DVR. This is a little one I ordered off of Amazon from Crazy Pony, and it was only about 20 bucks, and it just came in the mail. Your little wires here. So it does take a little bit of soldering to do this, so I'm going to kind of give you guys a step-by-step guide on how to turn, again, these goggles into just regular goggles with no DVR into goggles with a DVR. So hang on guys, and I'm going to pan the camera down. We'll start this video off. Okay everybody, so the very first step into doing this modification is you got to remove the DC cable that comes with it, and go ahead and remove your antennas. And just set those aside for now. Alright, so next step what we're going to do is we're going to flip these over on the side here, and there's going to be 4 screws, one here, one here, one over here, and one up here. We got to remove those 4 screws. Now, I modified mine a little bit. I cut some of the foam out because I wear glasses, and you'll have to remove this foam, but you can put it back on and use a little bit of glue underneath to keep it safe. So mine will just come up. So I'll go ahead and remove the screws. Alright, so once you've got the 4 screws loosened, you're going to go ahead and disconnect this top piece off. Set that aside. Alright, and that's what it looks like on the inside. So the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to remove this magnifier glass. We're going to set that aside. Try not to let that get scratched up. Alright, so the next step in here, there's 4 more screws that we got to remove. There's one here, 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 and here, so we'll remove those. Okay, so and then this little guy right here just kind of pops up. Okay, so the next step, guys, is there's another set of screws in here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to go ahead and remove those. But before we do that, this is the LCD screen, or the LED screen. So we're going to kind of move this up a little bit. Be very, very careful with this, because it's got that ribbon for the connector. And what we have to do is move this little connector here and get that ribbon out of the way. Alright, so I'm going to grab my small flathead here. Okay, so once you got that little gray bar, it looks like this. It's just a little tiny little thing that keeps the ribbon in place. So we're going to take our LED screen and you're going to remove it, and you're going to set this aside again, and make sure to keep it this side up, so that way the screen doesn't get scratched. Alright, so now that gives you access to the actual board. So now we're going to remove those 4 screws there. Okay, so now that we've gotten those screws removed, now we can actually remove the board. Just be careful when you're pulling it up, because there you go. You got your little button holders there. So there's a couple little things that pop off. This is the buttons on the top. Keep that aside. And you got this other one over here. That's your select button for the other side as well. So just keep those all separate. And there we go. Okay. Alright. So now that we've done that, what we're going to do, this is the actual board. We're going to set that aside for now. So before we do anything else, what we're going to do here is we're going to flip this over. Alright, and you see this right here, it kind of looks like a speaker, but it's more like a vent. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our wire and we're going to thread this, each individual wire, through the little speaker holes. And we're going to thread it on down there. Okay. And we're just going to go ahead and, like I said, we're just going to thread those through. So they're down through the bottom through here. Just like that. So that gives us plenty of room. And then what you might want to do is just go ahead and pop your connector on here really quick. Just to make sure that you've got plenty of room. And that's where it's going to mount, basically up on the top. So that's where I'm going to mount it with some sticky tape. They give you a piece of sticky tape that comes with it. And then I'm going to find my spot where I want it to mount. Right there on the top. There we go, just like that. Okay, now we've got that done. We need to solder our wires onto the actual board. So I'm going to go grab the board real quick. Okay, so while we're waiting for the soldering iron to warm up here, I'm going to show you guys what we're going to solder. So our blue wire is actually going to solder on directly here. That's our video. On the actual board here, how we're going to do this is we're going to go black first, and then we're going to go yellow on that tab right there. And the next tab over, we're going to go green, and then we're going to skip one, and we're going to do red. So obviously I'm doing this in reverse, so I'm going to go ahead and spin it around here. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to flip the camera around so hopefully you guys can actually see. Okay guys, so here's what it looks like when you're done soldering. I really wanted you guys to see me doing the soldering, but it was just too hard with these tiny little tabs trying to get this thing soldered on there. So I apologize for that, but that's basically what we're going to do. Okay, so now that we're done with the soldering, we're going to go ahead and put everything back together and test it out. Okay, so once you get everything screwed back together, put your antennas back on, insert a small SD card on the side here. This is kind of a pain in the butt to get the SD card in here. You have to be really super careful. It kind of really jabs in there on the side. The only thing left to do is to power it up. And let's make sure that we got some picture in the goggles. Double check all your connections to make sure that you didn't bridge anything. None of your wires are touching each other, anything like that. So if you did it correctly, you should have red on the front. And as you can see, we have a screen on the back here. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in one of my antennas, or one of my all-in-one cameras, and we'll see if we get some picture coming from the camera. Alright, looks like we've got a picture inside of the goggles. So what I'm going to do really quick is you hit the K1 button here on the DVR, and what should happen is it should start blinking like that, and then we'll move the drone around a little bit. Make sure we get a picture that we're recording something. Okay, there we go. We'll stop the recording. And then I believe if you hit this B here on the top of the goggles, that goes into the secondary mode, or source, sorry. Source goes into AV, there we go. And then you can hit this K3, and I believe what this does is this should play, and you can see that you've got an actual picture there. Now, I think the DVR takes a little bit extra power to power up, but that's not so bad. I can do that, and looks like the picture is a little bit fuzzy. Be really careful when you're putting that that ribbon back on. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, picture's a little fuzzy. That's okay. I'll try and do a search. Maybe you can get a better channel. There we go. Alright, that channel's not too bad. It's still a little fuzzy, but it's not bad. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed that tutorial on how to turn the Furibee FR-01 goggles into ones that have a DVR that can actually record your footage. So guys, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you like my channel, you like the reviews, like all the tips and tricks that I do, hit the subscribe button for me down at the bottom. That really does help out the channel. And if you would, hit that little bell next to it. The little bell just lets you guys know when I've got new videos that are available for you each and every week. Typically we do uploads on Thursdays and Fridays, and sometimes the weekends if we have extra time. So thank you guys for all the support, all the comments. Thank you to all the subscribers. I really do appreciate it. Keep that up, guys, and everything else. So guys, in the meantime, while you're waiting for your next video, let's keep our drones up in the air and flying high. I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Thank you for hanging out with me today.